Hello friends, welcome back and thanks for watching. I am doing my best of 2024 video today. I've got a huge long list right here beside me of all of the things that I have purchased, used, loved this year. I am of course gonna have them numbered up on screen and linked in the description bar and comment section below so you guys can shop them if possible. But I also wanted to say just a big, huge, ginormous thank you. It is not lost on me how blessed I am to have you guys. I have the greatest job ever. This job not only allows me to stay home with my kids, but this year it brought me travels, which brought me meeting new people and, you know, carrying on friendships that have been such a blessing. I crawled into this year by the skin of my teeth with the worst postpartum depression. I didn't even realize until I was out of it just how bad it was. And I put my dukes up and I fought really hard every single day of this year to get where I am. And of course, I think part of that wouldn't have been possible if I did not have my friends and family cheering me on along the way, but also you guys. You are the reason that I was able to keep going because you guys cheered me on so loudly and so aggressively that it just inspired me. So I just wanted to say thank you because I look back at January 1st of 2024 and I just want to hug that girl and say, like, you have no idea, but you're gonna do it and it's gonna be okay. This was an amazing year for me mentally and emotionally. And I think that because I was able to pour into myself, I also was able to pour into my kids and pour into my husband, and I'm a better wife and mother and person. So thank you guys, just truly from the bottom of my heart. It is not lost on me how blessed I am to have you. So thank you. Starting out with the product portion of this video, I wanted to start out with home and wellness first. Again, I have a huge list, because I think that those were the things that impacted not just me, but my children as well. And one thing I did this year was I cooked a lot. I found so much joy in cooking and baking. And I will say the full star Veggie Chopper, I get it. We're sick of hearing about it. I'm sick of talking about it, but it's the best thing because I cook literally 5 or 6 days a week. And I probably use this 4 to 5 times a week because it just takes the prep time of the ingredients that I use and it cuts it in half or even a quarter of the time. And so that is huge, especially when you have kids and you just don't want to be in the kitchen for hours on end cooking. So this is amazing. I will never not use it. Also, I made chili today and my kids are kind of going through a phase of life where they eat with their eyes first, like a lot of people do. But if they see something they don't recognize, then they won't eat it. And so this has helped because I can take peppers that are in the chili and cut them up super tiny and my kids won't notice them. So there's just so many reasons I love this and have not stopped talking about it this year. The next product is the Ninja Creami. I put my health first this year. I lost a ton of weight this year. And one of the ways I was able to do that was prioritizing protein. And the way I was able to do that was with the Ninja Creami. I actually bought this in 2023 when it was all the rage because people on TikTok specifically is where I found the most recipes that are really good. People were making protein ice cream, individual pint-sized single serve ice cream recipes with the Ninja Creami, and I was like, yes, I want to make those. And this year I started making them a ton and I realized oh my gosh, I can get anywhere from 20 to 40 grams of protein. It tastes like I'm eating ice cream. I will put the link in the description bar and comment section for my favorite recipe. It's just a plain, easy recipe, but it's just so good because you get to the end of the day, you have your little sweet treat, but you're eating protein and protein helps me sleep so much better. There's just so many benefits to it. So I know that sounds really cheesy, but the Ninja Creami specifically has really changed my life this year. Number 3 would be the Treadmill. Now, this is great because I think maybe in total this entire year, not hit 10,000 steps a day for it was maybe 25 or 30 days at most. I have hit 10K steps almost every single day. And now this time of year when the kids go to bed, it's dark outside or there's days it's rainy or freezing cold. And so I don't always walk on the treadmill. I love to get a walk in outside, but there are times that can't happen and this makes it happen. So I love this. I also, if you want to get into running, I find that it's, in my opinion, a little easier to get started on the treadmill. Some people, like Sam, completely disagrees with that because he thinks running outside is easier. I feel like the terrain difference isn't. And so regardless of how you feel, whether it's walking, running, whatever, I am so happy we purchased a treadmill last year and I've used it a lot this year. The next item, I'm actually gonna link a couple machines, but it's pink noise, white noise machines, brown noise machines, whatever. A noise machine by the bed has made a huge difference. I've never been someone who needed one of those until I had little babies beside my bed. And then when they left and went and slept in their cribs in their bedroom, I was like, okay, it's really, really quiet in here. And I didn't like it. And then once I started dabbling with like brown noise and pink noise machines, I was sent into another dimension of sleep. Again, protein before bed definitely helps you sleep more. But when I hear like brown noise or pink noise, I don't know what it does to my brain. I'm on a different planet. I'm somewhere else, and getting good sleep this year has made the biggest difference in just obviously my mood and so many things. But yeah, if you struggle with sleep, try any sound machine, and you may need to try, again, like I like ones that have multiple options because you don't know what's gonna work best for you. But I think it's like the Hatch Restore is the one I have now. It has white noise, pink noise, brown noise. I think it has like water sounds. It's got all kinds of things, but it is amazing for what it does to my brain. This entire line at Walmart, the Thyme Table line, I can't stop. That's another, I cannot stop. I think it's maybe that pattern, the black and white, I don't know. I just find that like actually with the backsplash in my kitchen, like checker print actually looks really good with it. It brings a little bit of like color and pattern to the home, but it's not so overwhelming that you can't really style it easy. So Thyme Table, I can't stop buying. Pretty much anything, casserole dishes, can openers, coffee mugs, you name it. I'm obsessed with it from Thyme Table. It's just kind of all homeware right now. I'm just in love with all of it. The next product I would say is actually this earring organization. I really fell in love with like chunky gold earrings, and I'll get into that in the fashion portion. But I just went through all of my jewelry this year. I just organized it and got rid of so much of it because it was very overwhelming. And what I was left with, I was like, we need to find a good solution. And this little 2-pack of earring organization trays have made me so unbelievably happy. Like, it's really weird. And they actually were a top seller of mine on Amazon. So I just like all things organized. That's something I'm really gonna hone in on in 2025 as well. And it's just something about having your earrings displayed. It also makes it easier to get dressed in the morning. You can see everything you've got. I love it. This Roborock mop and vacuum. Now listen, I understand that this is a big, big price tag. This was actually sent to me by the brand. We collaborated months ago. Like I think it was maybe June or July, and I was so excited because I was like, I've been looking for something like this for some time. I can't wait. And it came in, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to stop talking about this like ever. And so after the collaboration ended, I continued to talk about it over and over and over and over again. So they've only paid me one time to talk about them. And again, like I had used the product for a few weeks before and had already really fallen in love with it. But yeah, I will talk about this mop vacuum to anyone, anywhere, anytime, for any reason, because it takes away my job entirely. I do not have to mop and vacuum these floors. It does it for me, and that is huge. It is auto emptying, auto washing, auto drying, auto filling, auto everything. And so it will get to a rug, it will automatically turn off its mop setting and just vacuum. And then when it gets to the hardwood floor, it will turn back on the mop and vacuum setting again. And there's never been a time when I got to a rug and noticed a wet spot. Like it doesn't, even like it can get right around the edge of a rug. Like it will mop right around the edge of it, but not get that rug. It's just, this has been the best product of the entire year. And I understand it's expensive, but it's my baby and I love her, and she takes a lot of work off of me. The next and last for the home and wellness is the Even Flow Revolve car seat. This is super random, but my boys are just so big now. I have 2 toddlers, which is wild to say, and they are both like 90+ percentile for height. They're just big kids, and this thing has saved my back so many times loading those toddlers in their car seats. Also, they're just squirmy. And so I like being able to load them in facing me and then turn them back. It just makes everything so much easier. So I absolutely love these and recommend them to any mom who is looking for a car seat for her young kids. Now, before I move into the beauty and fashion, I do want to talk about recipes, because if you follow me on Instagram, you have seen I got bit by the baking bug. I cannot stop baking things, specifically from scratch, since my mom gave me a bread machine. Now, I can't find my bread machine like online anywhere. I don't know why. I don't know how long my mom's had it. I need to ask her where she got it. But I will link one that is very similar. It has all the same settings. It is the same size. But when I got the bread machine in, I really was intimidated. And my mom was like, Mariah, you have no idea how easy this is gonna be. And once I saw how easy it was, and then equally how good everything was that was coming out of it, that's what changed it for me, and it made me feel comfortable. And that has given me the confidence to try other recipes. Like, I've been using my KitchenAid to make things, but specifically this cinnamon roll recipe, okay? Now I can't I'll put this up on a number on screen. It'll have its own number on screen, just so that you guys can easily find the recipe in the description bar and comment section. You be cautious if you try this recipe, because it will ruin all other cinnamon rolls for you for the rest of time. Now, it is an overnight cinnamon roll recipe, which I personally like, because I think it's just a little bit more convenient to make when the boys aren't awake, and then the next morning I get up and I literally just pull them out and then stick them in the oven. But I think that the recipe is a little bit off. So that's kind of why I struggle. I think that it says like 4 cups of flour. I think you need like 4 1/4 cups of flour. So I've had to kind of rework it a little bit, but you know, if you've ever made bread, especially if you've made it in a bread machine, you kind of know you have to like let the dough tell you what to do. Just make sure you, especially the first couple times you use that recipe, really watch that dough. Make sure it's talking to you and telling you what you need. I think it's more like 4 1/4 cup, but yeah, I have made this recipe now 2 weekends in a row, and I will continue to make it because these are the best cinnamon rolls of life. The next one that I'm gonna link, again, it's gonna have its own number up on screen so that you guys can easily access this in the description bar and comment section, is this pizza crust. Again, be careful, because this is gonna ruin all other pizzas for you until the end of time. I have started doing this on Fridays. We usually would get pizza on Fridays, but I just wanted something different. I was like, these are greasy and they're heavy and they're gross. So I made a recipe of the pizza dough. And Sam was actually very impressed, because he was like, this is very deep dish style. You can easily just put cheese in the crust and like roll up the crust. This has hands down been the best pizza dough recipe I have ever tried in my life. We are completely in love with it. The boys eat so many pieces every time. Even Sammy's like, let's try this pizza, let's try this kind, let's try this, because my whole family loves this pizza so much. So yeah, that's been my Friday thing, is like every Friday I make my pizza, I make my cinnamon rolls, I put them in the oven, and then on Saturday morning I get up and make them. Like, we literally just do all the homemade things on the weekends now, but oof. You will thank me for this recipe. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. All right, now we are into the beauty and fashion category. And I struggle a little bit with fashion just because it can change so much with trends. So we do have a lot more beauty stuff, but I will say, Tretinoin. Ooh, I cannot link my Tret in the description bar and comment section. I'll give it its own number on screen, but simply because it is a prescription. You can get it on Amazon Pharmacy. I actually decided to do it that way versus getting it through my dermatologist, because when I got it through my dermatologist, I paid $115 for one tube that lasted me, I think the tube is supposed to be like a 30-day supply, and I paid, I think it was like $28 for a 6-month supply of Tretinoin, which has just been a game changer for my face. I had horrible acne when I came into this year, and that was another thing I really wanted to do, was figure out my skin. And oh my gosh, has Tretinoin been a game changer. And so many people were like, I can't believe you're doing that. You know, Tretinoin, try this. And I was like, guys, I've tried everything. This is it for me. Or if this doesn't work, I'm gonna go to Accutane. And happily, I don't have to go to Accutane now, because Tret has changed my skin entirely. The next one would be the Samba sneakers. I made a video saying I did not think I was going to wear these, or I didn't wear these as much as I thought. And I was like, you know, maybe it's the season. Maybe during the fall and winter time, I'll wear these more. Y'all, I can't stop wearing these now. So I take back that statement where I was like, I don't wear these as much. Yeah, I wear them all the time. Literally like 6 days a week. They are my favorite sneakers. And anytime I wear them, I get compliments. You can style them dress like a little bit dressier. You can style them really casual. They're comfy, they're cute, they're sleek. I am obsessed with these. This large curling iron from T3 is hands down one of my top used products, because I actually got my hair cut into layers this year. I found an amazing hairdresser, and I am so happy with the way my hair looks and just how healthy it is. And I wanted to do something different, so I tried curling my hair in versus out, which I have always done, and I love the way it looks, just with those like big, oversized, almost like waves, and that's because of this curling iron. So I feel like it just is the best for a layered look. It kind of gives like a blowout look as well. So I have loved this curling iron because again, it doesn't like burn your hair. But equally, the next product would be the Dyson Airwrap. I know this is very expensive. A lot of people have equally loved the Shark Flex Styler this year. The Dyson Airwrap is just my baby. I love that thing. I use it all the time. And if ever there is a time when I want my hair to look like this, but I just don't want to use the curling iron, I'll use the Dyson Airwrap. But I will say, 10 out of 10, it never fails. If I do my hair with the Dyson Airwrap, people compliment my hair left and right. Oh my gosh, your hair looks so good. It's so shiny. I love the way the curls look. Versus like when my hair is just like this, I don't get near as many compliments. So something about that Dyson, it does something different to your hair. Now this next one is definitely a high ticket item. It is the red light therapy mask. I knew I was wanting to get this year, and so during the Sephora sale in the springtime, I looked kind of what the price was gonna be with the discount and saved for it, and I bought it during the fall Sephora sale, and it still is very expensive, but a bunch of you guys told me that this completely transformed your skin, and I so agree. I don't think my skin's ever taken to something the way it takes to this. Prior to getting married, actually, I had a Planet Fitness membership, and they have like, you know, they have like tanning beds you can use, but they also had a full standing red light bed. I actually would get in that before my wedding, and I remember my skin looked so good. I have started to receive compliments from people who are like, I know you've been on a skin journey this year. Your skin does not look as red. It doesn't look as like flush. You look like your skin looks more even. I have received so many random just compliments out of nowhere about my skin. I was like, thank you. Like, as someone who just has so many skin issues, thank you. And it has only been since I started this, I feel like it's been so great for my texture, but specifically my redness. Just my skin, oh, it loves this thing. So I know she's expensive, you guys, but oh, I love it. The Kristen S shampoo and conditioner, I actually started using this during our beach trip in May because I went and my hair was just chaotic, and I was like, you know what, let me try it. I have really, really loved this brand. Now I do alternate between this one and then like the Function of Beauty, that like custom formula that you go online and like do the whole quiz for yourself. I do rotate between these two because I find that my hair is just happier when I like don't use the same thing over and over and over and I change it up. But Kristen S is just one of those brands I've been very impressed with anytime I have tried it. So her shampoo and conditioner is really, really good. The next item is pretty much any gold, large, chunky earring this year. I have pretty much purchased all of the ones that I love from Amazon. I'll link a few below, like my top worn ones, but I just can't get enough of them. I feel like they make the perfect amount of like statement without being obnoxious. You can wear them with simple things like this. Like I have them on with faux leather pants and like a gray sweatshirt today, and it looks good. Or I've worn them out on date nights when I was wearing like nicer tops. It's just overall like been one of my favorite ways to accessorize this year is to wear thick gold chunky earrings. Grande lash, I adore this so much. I did go back and forth a couple times this year about like those at-home lash extensions, and I liked them, but ultimately I was just like, with Grande lash, like it's just not necessary. I still like a pretty basic makeup look on a day-to-day. When I'm like not filming, you need to wear a little bit more makeup just so that your skin doesn't look crazy when you are filming, but like on a day-to-day, I don't want the full glam. And I think my lashes still look long and as glamorous as possible without being obnoxious. I think they look fuller than they've ever looked. They're definitely longer than they've ever been. And I have even tried the Grande Brow Serum this year, and I just, so good. So pretty much anything from this brand I am obsessed with. They did end up reaching out and giving me a discount code. Mariah15 gets you 15% off of their website. And I was super happy about that because I did not reach out to them. They found me on their own and they were like, hey, we've seen you talking about us. We're so grateful. Let's give you a discount code. And I loved that because it gives you guys a chance to try them out too. But I will never stop using that brand. The next thing is the Vitamin C Serum. I actually got this at the YouTube Holiday House as a gift from Sephora. They were there and they gifted a few of us like just very random different items. And one of the things I got was this Vitamin C Serum. It is the Sephora like brand itself. And I was like, you know what? Let me just randomly try it. My skin was like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We need to keep using this forever. So actually this year, my skincare routine has dwindled to like nothing. I literally use Tretinoin at night and like moisturizer, and in the morning time, I use vitamin C and a sunscreen, and that's pretty much it apart from the lash serum. And I feel like my skin has just thrived this year, and it looks so much better because I'm not using a million different products, but I'm using the things that work for my skin, and this one works. Also, the retinol body lotion, I had 2 very large stretch marks that now I literally could show you my stomach and you'd be like, no, you didn't. You're a liar. Where are they? Where were they? You're so full of it. You guys, this stuff is gold. Now, you can't use retinol when you are pregnant or breastfeeding. But as soon as you are done breastfeeding, start using this wherever. Stick with it, you guys. You are going to have to use this regularly. You cannot just use it for a week and be like, I don't see anything. I think it was about 6 months before I remember looking in the mirror and I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Those stretch marks have faded significantly. And now I think I'm definitely about a year out with using it. And I said something the other day about like my stretch marks, and Sam was like, where'd you have stretch marks again? And I was like, oh, right here on my belly. And he was like, oh, okay. Could not see them. You cannot see them. I think I can like barely see them just because I knew where they were, but you wouldn't notice if I showed you. Like, you would literally be like, you're a liar. This is the only thing that can truly get rid of them, but got rid of them in a reasonable time too. So there are a lot of things out there that people say work for stretch marks. In my opinion, this is the best. I had no idea this video was gonna be this long, but we are down to the last 2 products, and I will say I've tried a million different kinds of no-show socks, and these are hands down my favorite of them all. I think that not all socks are made equal. These definitely show the least of all socks I've ever tried, especially with the Sambas and very low profile sneakers, but they're also comfortable and they don't roll off your toes. Last product are these bras. So in February, I got a breast lift, and I don't need to wear bras now, but there's definitely times when I like want the feeling of support. I don't need it though. And with that being said, they did tell me, hey, you're having a lift done. You do not wear wires anymore. Now, I'm sure I could wear a wired bra for like a short, period of time, like for a special event or something, but they were pretty much like, wired bras don't need to be something that you ever use again. And I wasn't sure what to do because I wanted bras that were still flattering, especially now that my chest is smaller. Enter Honey Love. I have never been in love with bras like these because they are wire free, but they actually still make the girls look good. They're comfortable, they're easy to adjust. Some of them come with cups that are like easy to remove, some of them don't. They're so amazing. And so I like that when I do wear a bra, if I want that feeling of support, I get it without having a wire, but the girls still look good. And with that being said, we are done. This was a long video, but I had a lot to talk about, and I just want to say, like, again, it is not lost on me that I am so blessed to have you guys and just how grateful I am for this year. So I can't wait to see what 2025 has in store for me, for you. Let me know what your favorite product of the year was that you used, whether it was skincare, home, what it was. You guys know I'm always looking for new things. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love and adore you guys, and I will see you next time. Mwah.